Hi there, my name is Coach Seal, and I'm the founder of the MissFinisher Transformation Academy. And I'm going to ask that you watch this video all the way through because I'm going to share some stories of women just like you who've learned to crack the code. And at the end, you'll have an opportunity to discover if it will work for you. Again, I'm Coach Seal, and I'm a certified nutrition and accountability coach and a self-proclaimed foodie who helps high-achieving women transform their health and their body. I struggled with my own weight for years, constantly gaining and losing the same 20 pounds and eventually having a whopping 50 pounds to lose. I got so tired and fed up with the yo-yo diet and body, I decided I was going to crack the code once and for all female bodies. I founded the MissFinisher program, which is a nutrition and fitness program that's designed to empower the high-performing woman to reclaim her energy, lose fat, balance her hormones, and achieve the body of her dreams. So if you're watching this video right now, here's what you might be struggling with. Chronic fatigue, no energy. You probably think to yourself, it's so hard to wake up in the morning and drag myself out of the bed. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to work out? What? I can barely even get going with 2 cups of coffee. You might get winded just walking up a flight of stairs, and before you know it, your hormones are all over the place with daily headaches, night sweats, constant fatigue, you name it. And on top of all of that, none of your clothes fit. It's so frustrating going into your closet because not only do your large and extra large clothes not fit anymore, now you have to buy new clothes. You really just want to fit in the clothes you already have. And clothes shopping can be pretty miserable. You actually want to go to the store and enjoy trying the things on. Forget about wearing a bikini or swimsuit with confidence, which leaves you covered up in the summer and avoiding a lot of the new experiences that you could have. You really just don't have any idea what to do to lose the weight. You're not sure what to cook, how to eat. You've tried Weight Watchers, keto, Whole30, and nothing seems to work. And now you're just frustrated because you're just tons of information out there and you don't know what to do to get results. So you've just thrown your hands up in the air and said, forget it. And on top of all the confusion, you're dealing with a very challenging and tempting environment. You may work in an office where that Gertrude lady is always bringing cookies every single day, or your boss is ordering pizza or bringing bowls of candy around to help everyone cope with their stress. No matter what you do, there's temptation everywhere. And kids only want to eat takeout food or all the processed stuff, even though you really want to instill in them healthy eating habits and help them become their healthiest selves. Perhaps your spouse doesn't call you out on eating a whole pizza. He may even encourage binge eating ice cream on the couch when you're watching a movie. Perhaps you're doing everything you can to juggle all the needs of the household and prioritize your needs on top of that, and you're just drowning. And lastly, you may have people online trying to sell you shakes and supplements and wraps and all these things and quick fixes that don't actually teach you about proper nutrition in your family, and you hope there's a better way, and there is. There's help. You dream of getting through your days with energy, effortlessly completing your work at your job or your business and getting those built up errands done around the house because you're not held back by not being fit. You dream of taking family photos again without hesitation and creating memories. You want to feel sexy again in your skin. You want to go shopping and have fun trying on clothes and build your MissFinisher stylish wardrobe. I get what you're going through because I was there. I was just there just a few years ago. Let me take you back a few years ago, and I was at my son's graduation, and I was scrolling through my Facebook photos when I came across a picture of me standing next to my son with a face wide enough to cover the entire image and a belly that looked like I was about 6 months pregnant. I was mortified. I had no idea that I had gained 50 pounds and that I actually looked like that in photos. But it wasn't just about the weight. I wasn't treating my body well. I was eating out a ton, and I was eating foods that didn't support my body, the body that I wanted. I had no energy. I felt lethargic and sluggish all the time. I didn't feel confident in my own skin, and I was always wearing baggy tops to cover my belly. Slowly, I started to make a couple of changes and here and there, and I lost some weight. I lost about 10 pounds just making small changes with my food, but then my body stalled, and I realized I needed a strategy. I needed someone to hold me accountable because I'd already started slipping back into my old habits. So I decided to hire a coach. And he held me accountable and to give me a strategy that would get my body to a healthy state as well as lose fat and get toned. I know I was asking for a lot, but once I started working with the coach, I realized he was really good at holding me accountable. He kept me focused, but he didn't know how to help me get my body to its optimal health while losing the fat and getting toned. In fact, it was like I was speaking a different language when I would ask for a strategy to achieve this. I didn't want to just lose fat and look good in the mirror. I figured if I'm going to go through this process, the hassle, I may as well get my hormones balanced, find out if I'm deficient in any vitamins or minerals, and get rid of all the nagging symptoms I was dealing with, like dry skin, sleepless nights, cold feet and hands, night sweats, and a ton of other symptoms. I so just wanted to deal, and I wanted to deal with the emotional eating issues because just having a coach didn't help me dig down deeper into some of the core issues that were causing me to emotionally eat. Once I realized that to achieve all these things, like getting healthy while transforming my body, I would have to bury my head in some books and start reading long, boring clinical studies. But I was convinced it was the only way. If I had continued with my coach, sure, I would have reached my pant-size goal, but that wasn't good enough. I lived my whole life being unhealthy, and I wasn't going to pay someone to help me keep that trend going. I demoted my coach to just hold me accountable, and I decided I was taking my nutrition and health into my own hands. I researched everything I could. I got a holistic nutrition certification. I read articles on PubMed in my free time. I scoured the grocery stores for the healthiest products, and I experimented on my own body. Slowly but surely, I cracked the code, and I achieved the fat loss I always wanted and the body of my dreams. Finally, I figured out what I needed to do to effortlessly lose the fat, build muscle, balance my hormones, get healthy, look fabulous in my clothes, and have energy. I did it. I had unlocked the key to achieving fat loss and getting healthy at the same time effortlessly without feeling starved or deprived. I was able to fit back into my clothes, and I enjoy shopping for smaller sizes. I even let myself be photographed in a two-piece bathing suit. Let's not talk about that. I had so much energy, and I was just effortless, and I can go and travel 10 days and not gain a pound. The holidays didn't stress me out. Fitness, food, and health are just a part of my lifestyle now, and I love it. There's no confusion anymore. There's no stress. I know exactly what I need to do to transform my body. But more than physical transformation, I've had an emotional transformation. Now I don't binge eat a whole pizza and drown my sorrows in a bowl of ice cream. I'm aware if I'm doing boredom, emotional eating, or even happy emotional eating. I free myself from the grip of restaurant drive-thrus, and sugar no longer dominates all of my thoughts. I no longer have cravings unless it's for cauliflower mashed potatoes and chicken thighs. I no longer sneak through drive-thrus for a double cheeseburger and fries before I head home for dinner. Yes, before dinner. But more than the physical transformation, I had the emotional and mental transformation. Food no longer controls me. It no longer controls my thoughts. I have freedom around food and eating. I not only know what I need to do to achieve the results I want with my body, but I now have so many tools in my tool belt to cope with emotional stress. You see, stress is the driver of so much of women's emotional eating. It's why we turn to cigarettes, caffeine, alcohol, sugar to cope. As women, we need to learn how to cope with all of this stress because the female body is not designed to handle constant chronic stress. It will cause physical and mental emotional breakdown. Gone are the days of me binge eating pizza and a pint of ice cream to drown my sorrows, or eating bowls of sugary cereal to cope with stress. Gone are the days of me eating all of this stuff to calm my nerves. Food is still something I enjoy and love, but it no longer dominates my thoughts in an obsessive way since my transformation. I have dozens of friends, strangers, and current clients asking me to help them with their bodies and health. I went ahead and tried my method on them, and to my delight, it worked. Now I've helped hundreds of women transform their bodies, transform their mindset around food, and give themselves tools and access to achieve the body of their dreams. They have the freedom from emotional eating. They have the energy, and they have the confidence. My passion is now empowering women to reach their potential, and especially women in their 40s and 50s who are at pre or menopausal stage of their lives. but are still struggling with their health. So you might be wondering, could this process work for me? You may have tried lots of programs. Like I said, a lot of people have tried Whole30, Keto, Weight Watchers, and they're still stuck. You're probably thinking, what if this doesn't work for me either? I understand that concern completely. Let me share with you about my client, Nancy. When she came to me, she had between 50 to 65 pounds to lose. She had tried every program out there and was working out so hard and doing everything right, and she couldn't shake the weight. What she discovered is she wasn't eating properly to optimize fat loss. And as soon as she implemented my strategy, the weight fell off. Her entire attitude changed and the confidence was out of the roof. She finally saw her own beauty. You might be saying that's great, Coach Sil, but I'm super busy, and how am I going to fit another thing into my schedule? I get that life is busy and we have to learn to prioritize things that we value, like our health. No matter how busy we are, let me tell you about my client, Angela. She's lost over 25 pounds in 11 weeks since she's been with me, and she's a nurse with a very busy schedule. She's also a Zumba instructor, trying to swing her classes along with 13-hour back-to-back shifts. She has a husband, a house, and a growing to-do list. She's a creative powerhouse and is constantly on the go, but she has learned how to follow a simple strategy to get the results that she wants. Not only that, she's learned how to cook healthy meals for her family that they actually enjoy eating, and cooking homemade meals. Now, another thought might be going through your head is, that's all great, but I just really don't have the money for a health and fitness program right now. Look, I get it. Prioritizing our health and fitness into our budget is just never there for most people. Let me tell you about a client, Vicky. When she came to me, she was not prepared to invest in herself. She had questions like, what if I don't follow through? What if I let temptation get the best of me? What if I make excuses? She's known herself or described herself as the queen of excuses. What if she invested and didn't follow through? Vicky reached out to me after trying a free sugar detox program and said she wanted to do the program. She was still scared to invest in herself, but she had a breakthrough where she realized she was worth it, even though it was a little scary to do it. She committed and trusted the process, and now she's lost 30 pounds in 13 weeks, and she's constantly amazed at her results. Here's why the program works. Quality. The reason a lot of programs have failed you is because they're not precise and specific about what you need to eat as an individual. A customized plan that's designed for your body, the state of your hormones, and your health alone. No two women's bodies are the same, so why would their nutrition be the same? You need to learn what to eat and also have access to a training program that's designed for the female body that actually gets results. The program works because you have accountability. Have you ever noticed that when you commit to doing something for somebody else, rarely do you not follow through? But it's easy to break promises to ourselves. Women have breakthroughs with accountability in this program because they're getting constant check-ins, reviews, and support as they need it. Lastly, mindset, transformation. The reason a lot of programs have failed you is because they don't delve deep into the mindset issues that are really behind your eating. My clients have a fundamental paradigm shift in the way they see and understand food, their bodies, and their self-worth. Once you've made a transformation, it's impossible to see the world any other way. Just last week, my client Cheryl, who's gotten back to her 120-pound weight for the first time in years, messaged me and admitted that she had made some lapses in her food choices. She didn't follow the exact strategy that was created. She was actually being accountable, though, by notifying me. She went back and watched everything that she needed to, but she probably wouldn't have done that if it just wasn't for the accountability in the program. But since she's made the promises to me and her fellow MissFinishers, she's going to follow through. So here are your next steps. After you watch this video, click the link to fill out an application to the program. I don't work with everybody, and I'm particular about who I bring into the community because it's such a place of empowerment for women. If I feel like you'd be a good fit, though, I'd be in touch and we can set up a time to chat more about your goals and see if my program can help you achieve the body of your dreams and the health that you desire. So click the link below, fill out the application, and myself or someone from my team will be in touch with you shortly to see if you'd be a good fit for the program. And if we can finally help you resolve these goals, we will.